to say they've got a problem in their area and they need your intervention, I would say yes. So many of them.
Prophet Bushiri, you have been in the news recently. Former Zimbabwean Minister Terence Mukupe is on record having said that you impregnated his wife, Rachel. Did you sleep with her?
Yes, your question should continue to say, he accuses you of being in Malawi.
We'll come to that in a moment. We'll come to that in a moment.
Let me tell you
but
that you should say.
I am the one who is asking questions in this interview.
All right. But
so you listen to me.
All right. I think the question is incomplete.
Okay. I'll complete it later.
Okay. But can you just complete so that I answer at once?
But allow me to ask the question the way I want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me answer you.
This former cabinet minister, Terence Mukupe, is making serious allegations against you. That you slept with his wife and that you impregnated her. The question is, did you sleep with Rachel? Yes or no?
First of all, let me say this to you. We have opened a serious case against Mr. Terence Mukupe. My lawyers are working on that. You see, nowadays is what is called DNA test. We have even our lawyers, we have even prepared that we're going to go for DNA test, first of all. Secondly, Mr. Terence Mukupe accuses me of, impregnating his wife. He claims I went to Malawi with his wife and impregnated her. But as I think you know, and you're aware, I haven't been in Malawi for almost a year, right? Since last year in February. His wife, I think she has given birth or she will give birth. I don't know. But that pregnancy couldn't be for 2 years or for 3 years. Because I last went to Malawi in 2018. So the whole 2019, I wasn't in Malawi. So it's completely impossible. Secondly, he's not only accusing me over the same thing. He's accusing so many people that they impregnated the same wife for reasons known by himself. But what I know is he claims that his wife gave me money. He claims that his wife gave me 200,000 rands for I don't know for what.
The next question is, do you know Mukupe's wife, Rachel?
No, I don't know Mukupe's wife.
Have you ever had any contact with her? Because he is giving to the world screenshots of your conversations.
For your own information, I am not on WhatsApp. All right, for your own information. For 3 years, I don't use WhatsApp.
What are you using then?
I use Telegram. I don't use WhatsApp. I'm on Telegram, and all my members in the church, they know that. And the number which he was showing in there is not my number. All right, so for what reasons? And I suspect, I'm doing some businesses in Zimbabwe, of which I hear he had interest in, and I want those contracts. And I suspect from what people say, it is coming from the level where he's trying to, and I think you saw the letter which the family of Rachel and Rachel herself wrote, refusing all these allegations and also saying why he did what he did. So I think let's not talk much about that in terms of me trying to justify myself on this.
But the question that I want you to answer, you described that as a nonsense.
Yeah.
Okay, the question
not just a nonsense. This is foolishness.
Okay, the question is, have you ever been in contact with this lady we are talking about?
I just told you. I have not been in contact with a woman. And as I said to you as well, that I'm not on WhatsApp. So there will be no any way somebody should produce WhatsApp chats of myself.
So you're not living dangerously in any way, because sometimes we hear, ladies speak there, Shepherd Bushiri, all sorts of things. Why do this?
Can you tell me one lady first before I even continue? Because you say ladies.
Yeah.
I just want to understand, that question, because that's a serious accusation. I want to know, when you say ladies, can you just tell me one lady? Because you have said of Mukupe here, which the lady herself refused. All right, she wrote a letter. The family spoke to say this is a serious allegation, and you have seen on the internet how the family plus the lady have taken this seriously as a serious tarnishing to her name and allegations. Which lady is that?
I think that this former cabinet minister, his reasoning, all right, unless we question his reasoning capacity, why in the world should he just wake up and say that you slept with his wife?
As I said to you, to say there are rumors. Okay, his marriage already had collapsed. The time he was fighting that, the wife wrote a letter, and we saw in the media where she said she was actually beaten. They had separated, and he was accusing me after the separation. So first of all, you must understand that he was doing all those things after the separation. Secondly, I want you to understand that Mr. Telesi Mukupe, I think he has a mental problem.
You think so?
Trust you me. A normal person cannot fabricate charts of a person and claim and accuse somebody who you know in your heart that this is actually a lie I'm fabricating if you have got normal 5 senses. I think as a mental problem, which I think, he must be checked with the medical,
So you're seeking damages from him in court? That's what you're...
No, he's a very poor guy. He cannot pay me. He's a very poor guy. I can't, seek damages from such type of a person. I'm just looking for him to apologize to me for destroying my name. And that is a warning to all people. I'm saying all these things, some may think I'm being rude, but this is my name here being involved. I'm a person with a family, I'm married, and, being accused of such, it's not allowed. People have taken advantage of my name, thinking he's a pastor, he will do nothing, probably, if he will say this, But I'm saying this, that this will be a lesson that the whole world is going to learn from this guy.
We have seen a major shift in your church. Recently, you announced that Prophet Hara is now second in command. What has necessitated this move?
All right. It's shockingly, people are trying to ask that now. All right, from the beginning, I have had someone in command. So at first, I had Apostle Magawa, who had his own church, and I appointed him to say, you'll be running as a second in command. And he had his own church, and then he came to support me. He has been in my church until now. Actually, I've just changed him from the position of an associate. He is now a director of all pastors across the globe. So it's not a new thing. And after him, we appointed Prophet Justice Hara. For your own information, Prophet Justice Hara has been with me since our secondary schools from Form 1.
But running his own ministry.
Running his own ministry.
Yeah.
But on one condition. If you saw in Malawi, he never had morning services. He had only evening services because he was already a member of the church. He was part of the church. So in the morning, he was, not having any service. From Blantyre, Zuzu, Lilongwe, he never had any morning service because he knew that he supports me.
Is it because you can't travel now because your documents?
No. I already had, as I told you, I already had an associate prior. Each year we make shifts, or each season we make shifts. And when I looked around, so how he is, he's a prophet. I'm also a prophet. He can prophesy, he can pray for people. So I needed someone to represent me in that regard. Secondly, I want to build churches in Malawi, which we have started. We have built one in Chitipa, we have built one in Kasungu, we have built one in Salima, and now we're building in Lilongwe. So I needed someone who could go on the ground. The ministry here is very big that I can't manage what's happening on the ground in Malawi. Yeah. So I needed someone who at least should go in Malawi and move, and that's what he's doing right now.
Your churches in Malawi, they need support. You are living here big, but some of your churches in Malawi cannot even afford a roof. What a comparison.
Now, this should not be with me. All right, you should understand that each church in Malawi, they have got, let's talk about all these big churches. He said there are even churches in the villages and towns where they're actually constructing.
Yeah.
I don't believe the church should be depending on me. That's wrong, because if anything happens to me, if I die today, it means that's the end of the church. The way I put the system is the church to be independent. So each branch must raise funds and build the church. So that's what we do. We don't do, we avoid dependence burden. We are encouraging each church to be independent, to build their own church, just like all other churches in the country do. And all I do is to do supervision. as well as if they cannot, at least they should do something. They should at least start building. I just support like that.
Let's quickly talk about, unfortunately we don't have much time, but let's talk about faith and medicine. We have seen prophets telling people to stop taking medicine. Others are on ART, BP, sugar. What's your take on this? Do you think it's proper to tell people that are on medication to stop because you have prayed for them?
I will say this to you. I don't think it's right.
You don't think it's right?
No, I don't believe that. I believe that doctors treat and God heals. So I wouldn't support that. I always tell my members, to understand there's a difference between treatment and healing. Treatment is treatment. No matter how faith I have, I can't take my wife to give birth in the house to say I believe that there is God and she's going to deliver in the house. No, I have to take her to the hospital. She must be in the care of people. So I believe that God heals, but I also believe that doctors treat. So I believe in treatment.
You recently told the world that you are in danger. People are trying to kill you. Why should people kill a prophet?
I don't think we should use the word prophet, but let's use the word me, right? In South Africa and other countries where you are being successful and all that, the issues of being kidnapped and the issues of killings, and they're not strange. In South Africa, only this year alone, you see it's a lot of people, rich people have been killed. Recently, someone has been killed in Durban. Pastors, right here in Rustenburg, a pastor was shot on the pulpit when he was preaching. So sometimes success can tell a story.
We have elections coming up in May.
Yeah.
Who is winning these elections? Can you prophesy?
No.
You can't prophesy?
No.
Why?
No. It's like you are telling Jesus to say you're a son of God. Can you change this stone into bread?
Prophet Shepherd Bushiri, who is carrying the day on May 19?
No, I will not prophesy.
Who would you want to win?
Somebody said I should prophesy.
Who would you want to win?
Malawians should win.
Malawians should win?
Malawians should win. Malawians should win. I think this